Hello everyone, welcome back to another English online session. The previous class we have seen the chapter Kurk, a beautiful landscape, very nicely explained as a travelogue. As a part of this unit, this is the third chapter, and the name of the chapter is Tea from Assam. This particular chapter describes travel of two boys. One of them was a native of Assam, and another one, his friend, is visiting that particular place. Pranjol, a youngster from Assam, is Rajvir's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjol's father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjol has invited Rajvir to visit his home during the summer vacation. So Rajvir is visiting Pranjol's home. On the way, they are discussing about the origin of tea and other things, and Rajvir was enjoying the sceneries he could see through the window of the train. Before describing the lesson, let me give you a brief idea about the writer. Arun Datta is an Indian writer and journalist from Guwahati, Assam. He has written 16 books for adults and 17 adventurous novels for young people. In 1914, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Honor by Association of Writers and Illustrators for Children, New Delhi, the Indian chapter of the International Board of Books for Young People. He has also won numerous awards, including the Shankars Award in 1979, conferred to mark the International Year of the Child. He has been awarded the Civilian Award Padma Shri by Government of India in 2018. So very famous and prominent Indian writer. His description about Assam is given as a chapter here. Chai, garam chai. A vendor called out in a high-pitched voice. He came up to their window and asked, "Chai, saab, give us 2 cups," Pranjol said. So usual scene in the railway stations, the vendors who sell tea and snacks, other things, they just shout garam chai. Likewise, a vendor, he was just shouting by the time Pranjal was ordering tea for them. Sahib here, sir. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the day? So Rajvir shared something very interesting fact. 80 crore people drinking tea every day. That is a fact interesting fact he just shared there. Wow, exclaimed Prancho. Tea really is very popular. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjol buried his nose in his dictative book again. So he exclaimed about the fact the train started moving. By the time he again started reading dictative novels, he was very interested in reading dictative novels. Pranjol. Rajvir too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. Rajvir also a very good fan of these detective stories, but now he was giving more importance to the sightseeing, the scenery he could see outside the train. It was green everywhere. Rajvir had never seen so much greenery before. So he had never seen such greenery, pastures or tea estates before in his life. So he was very much attracted to that. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent view against the backdrop of densely wooded hills. A sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. So after the paddy fields, he could see the tea bushes, and then he had seen the magnificent views like in the backdrop, in the background, he could see wooded hills, the hills filled with a lot of wood trees and tea bushes again. And as far as he could see, till he could see, he can see the tea bushes. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll-like figures. So there are strong trees are there. So the trees, when it compared with the trees, these tea plants, these bushes are like dwarfing, very small compared to that. And also he could see people are working. They are working in the tea estates. In the distance, he could see a building. It's just emitting smoke out of it. Billowing means moving or flowing outwards. Tall chimneys. Smokes come out from tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden! He was exclaiming. He hadn't seen tea gardens before. That's why he just exclaimed. Pranjol always seen that, so he was not wondering anything about that. Pranjol, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajvir's excitement. Oh, this is a tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last your lifetime. So, without much exclamation, he was saying, it is a tea country. You can see the tea gardens throughout your lifetime if you want to watch. So many tea gardens, cluster of a group of tea gardens, lot of tea gardens you can see here. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajvir said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Now their conversation changed. The tea is the topic. Now he was saying, he was whatever he read, Rajveer read, he was sharing the legends, the origin about the tea. Well, there is the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. So, one story about the origin of tea. A Chinese emperor, he used to drink boiled water. One day, accidentally, few leaves from a twig fall into the water, and he tasted it, and it gives a delicious taste to him. It is said they were tea leaves. Tell me another, scoffed Pranjol. So this is one of the stories, and Pranjol was just saying that interestingly. That tell me what is the other legends about the origin of tea. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. Leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. So another legend about the origin of tea is related to Bodhidharma, an Indian ascetic sage. So he couldn't meditate properly because of drowsiness, feeling sleepy. He just cut off his eyelids and he just thrown it from there. From there, 10 tea plants they just grow from there, and the leaves of that particular plant they put it in the boiled water. So when they drank it, the sleep vanished. Tea was first drunk in China, Rajvir added, as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. So it was recorded Chinese were the people who drank tea first, and nearly 2700 years in BC they have started drinking it. And the words we are using addressing this beverage like chini, tea, chai, these words are derived from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as a medicine than as a beverage. So only 16th century the Europeans started drinking this. Initially it was drunk as a medicine, not a beverage. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. So they reached their station and they took the luggage and got out of the train. Pranjol's parents were waiting for them. So soon they were driving towards Dekiaberi, the tea garden managed by Pranjol's father. So they have Pranjol's parents were waiting there and they have just moved from the place to the tea garden where Pranjol's father was working. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. So sometime they just traveled in the main road, then the car changed the direction. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered the Cabri tea estate. So they have crossed a bridge and just entered the Dekabri tea estate. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. So they could see, as far as they could see, there were very neatly pruned. Pruned means cut away from a tree, like the new leaves. It were just pruned, and the height of the uh, plants were same, and it is a beautiful scenery to Rajvir. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs wearing plastic aprons were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. So they could see the workers plucking these tea leaves, newly sprouted tea leaves, and they are carrying bamboo baskets. Pranjul's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. It is a narrow road, so he has to pull his car a little bit aside to give side to a tractor. The tractor had a trailer and it full of these newly plucked tea leaves. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Mr. Barua is the father of Pranjol. So Rajvir was asking, is it not the second season or second sprouting season? It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. And he was saying that it lasts from May to July and gives best yield, best harvest to the estate owners. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjol's father said in surprise. So before coming here, you have studied something about this place. Yes, Mr. Barwa, Rajvir admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. So he said, yeah, I have just read or studied a few things about this place, but I am going to learn many things after staying here. Hope you understood the summary. See you with another lesson in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye.